Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, according to when you're watching this. Today we'll be talking about Spindletop. Before we can do that, though, we have to get our questions out of the way. Don't forget to email me your answers at cbaldwin at sacbstx.org. The questions today are, well, first off, from yesterday's CNN, where was the virtual tour of the capital of Portugal? So what's the capital of Portugal, in other words? And where was the hurricane of 1900? So today we're talking about Spindletop. So outside of Beaumont was a place called Gladys City, and there were salt domes there. That's why it was called Spindletop. And people used to go out on little picnics on these salt domes. And one trick they would do is they'd bring a piece of pipe with them. They'd uh, hammer it into the ground, and then they'd light it because there were gas deposits in the salt domes. So Patilla Higgins believed that underneath these salt domes was a big oil deposit. And he formed in 1894 um, the Gladys City Oil Company, but they never struck any oil. So then in 1901, he met an engineer named Captain Anthony Lucas, and the two of them began drilling for oil on top of the salt domes. Now, I'm going to tell you, Patilla Higgins is very interesting in East Texas history. If you ever met Patilla Higgins, one of the things that would have struck you was that his right hand was missing. And that happened because he got in an argument with the outlaw, John Wesley Hardin, and Hardin shot his hand off. And whenever he would talk about that incident, he felt that he was lucky. And a lot of people would ask him why he felt he was lucky. And the reason was because he said he didn't get killed by John Wesley Hardin, who was an outlaw who was known for killing people. So, anyway, um, on January 10th, 1901, the Lucas Gusher came in. And 100,000 gallons of crude oil was pumped out of Spindletop per day for 6 days. And he said, "So what's the big deal with Spindletop?" Well, before this, oil and was only used as a lubricant, really. When this massive oil deposit came in, everyone realized that we could refine oil and make it into gasoline and make it into a fuel. And out of this, excuse me, out of this came two big oil companies, Texaco and Gulf Oil. Today, Gulf Oil is Chevron. So I hope you have a good day. Thanks for listening.